Welcome to the deep dive. For so many content creators out there, it often feels like a constant battle against the clock, right?
Mm.
Juggling research, drafting, editing, and all those administrative tasks that just eat into your actual creative time. We've all been there, I think. Staring at that blinking cursor, wishing for, I don't know, an extra pair of hands or maybe an extra brain.
Uh-huh.
Well, today we're unpacking a development in AI that really seems to shift that whole paradigm. And this isn't just about, understanding some new tech. It's really about understanding how it could fundamentally reshape your workflow.
Exactly. Our deep dive today is focused on OpenAI's ChatGPT Agent. And yeah, this isn't just some minor tweak to a tool you might already be using. It really represents a significant and frankly pretty fascinating evolution in how AI can operate and, what it can actually accomplish on its own.
Right. And this is where the conversation really takes off for me. This claim that it can intelligently browse, pick tools, and complete complex tasks all by itself, almost like a really capable human assistant.
Yeah.
That's a bold claim. I'm really keen to understand how this shifts things for creators, and I bet our listeners are too. Okay, so to maybe kick us off then, what exactly is this ChatGPT agent, and why is it making such waves? We know it's a new feature within ChatGPT Pro and Plus, and the key seems to be this description, a unified agentic model. What's that mean?
Yeah, agentic. For anyone familiar with, older AI models, this leap is, well, it's profound. It's not just about following prompts better or chaining commands together more smoothly. It means the AI itself gets a degree of almost metacognition. You give it a goal, and it can intelligently plan, break that goal down into smaller steps, figure out the best internal tools or modules for each step, then execute them, and even course correct if something goes wrong all on its own. It's a really significant departure from earlier versions where you had to meticulously guide it step by step.
Huh. So the core differentiator isn't just it being faster then.
Yeah.
It's this unparalleled degree of autonomy. It actually figures things out.
Yeah.
Instead of just running a script someone gave it. That's a critical distinction, I think, especially when you're thinking about automating complex creative workflows.
Exactly. And to maybe illustrate how this agent actually works, let's look at its operational mechanics for a second. When you give it a task, its internal setup allows it to intelligently select and combine its built-in capabilities. So, for example, if it needs fresh info from the web, it activates what's basically its own web browser function. The sources call it operator for browsing.
Right.
And if it needs to synthesize that information or maybe do some deep analysis, it engages its deep research module. And crucially, it does these things inside what they call a simulated environment. Think of it like a secure, private digital sandbox.
Well, a sandbox.
Yeah. So it can test actions, refine its approach, gather data, all without directly messing with your live system until it's confident in the output, which ensures, both safety and precision.
And the real-world demos you mentioned, the ones in our source material, they really bring this to life, showing it handling tasks like, what was it? Comprehensive wedding planning, intricate sticker design, even building full slide decks. And the key thing, all completed without continuous human intervention. I remember a time, honestly not that long ago, when getting a full market analysis for, say, a blog post meant hours of digging through competitor sites, pulling data into spreadsheets. It felt like assembling a jigsaw puzzle blindfolded sometimes. So when I hear this agent can handle files and execute commands in spreadsheets, wow. I can almost feel the time coming back into my week. And for you, the content creator listening, just imagine the possibilities there. Automating those parts of your workflow that currently just soak up so much valuable time.
Right. So we've kind of covered what it is and how it operates, but maybe the most crucial question for you listening right now is, why does this really matter? Why is this more than just, another tech update? Well, it represents a fundamental transformation. Previously, ChatGPT was, largely a reactive chatbot. It only responded when you explicitly prompted it. Now it can actually decide, plan, and act on its own.
Which, okay, for a content creator, that sounds like a phenomenal leap in efficiency.
Yeah.
But does this change the nature of creativity itself? I mean, if it's truly autonomous,
Yeah.
are we moving from doing the work to just directing it as creators?
That's a great point. Absolutely. The core insight here, I think, is that you're no longer just producing the content in the same way. You're sort of orchestrating an AI assistant to do the heavy lifting. This really shifts your focus from pure execution to strategy, right? It allows you to invest your unique human insight into the refinement, the audience connection, maybe pioneering new creative avenues you just didn't have the bandwidth for before. So yeah, it's not just helping you. In a real sense, it's starting to do the work for you.
Okay, let's translate these capabilities into some really tangible benefits, practical use cases. So, if you're a freelancer, maybe an independent content creator running your own show, imagine the AI building those comprehensive market reports we talked about, or drafting personalized emails to different segments of your audience, or updating complex spreadsheets for your analytics. Those tasks that often just bog down your day and keep you from the core creative stuff.
Exactly. And it's not just about the simple data chores either. Think about content strategists. Imagine it autonomously scanning market trends, identifying maybe unmet content needs in your niche, or even suggesting cross-promotion opportunities based on your existing content library. Or for folks creating educational content, maybe it could draft interactive quiz questions from a lecture transcript, or even structure a whole multi-part learning module, allowing you to focus purely on the pedagogical quality and, making it engaging.
Yet all of these capabilities directly save you time and effort,
Oh,
which is huge. This lets you, the creator, focus on the really creative parts of your work, the storytelling, the unique ideas, that connection with your audience, the things that genuinely drive growth and engagement. And
mhm.
ultimately, that's what leads to success in whatever you're creating.
The core takeaway here, I think, is pretty clear. We really are entering an era where AI is starting to, well, execute tasks independently, not just assist us while we perform them. And that's a profound shift in how we leverage technology.
So as you're listening to this, maybe start thinking about how this shift, from passive assistance to active autonomy and AI, how that might reshape the entire landscape of online content creation. Which routine, maybe time-consuming task could you potentially delegate to an AI agent like this, allowing you to scale your efforts maybe, or explore entirely new creative avenues you just didn't have the bandwidth for before? Consider the implications. AI agents not just as tools, but maybe as powerful collaborators in your journey. How might you learn to effectively steer this future for your own benefit to gain that competitive edge?
Yeah, understanding these advanced AI capabilities and just thinking strategically about their implications, that's absolutely key, I believe, to staying ahead in this rapidly evolving digital world we're all working in.